Hi, this is Mackenzie Lloyd, just completing the video portion of my assignment for my chronic illness and palliative health challenges course. Today I have with me Ginny Lloyd. Ginny, do you consent to be on video?
Yes, I consent.
And we have received written consent as well. So can you just introduce yourself just to start off?
I'm Jenny Lloyd. I'm Mackenzie's mom, and I'm a caregiver.
And who do you look after?
I look after my 86-year-old father who has dementia.
Okay, and how long have you looked after him for?
I've been looking after him for about 2 years with the help of my brother and sister.
Okay, and what has the experience been like for you over the past 2 years?
Sometimes it's very challenging. We try and work together as a team and look after him with the help of caregivers. But yeah, it is a lot of work.
And what would you say has been your biggest challenge so far in this journey?
Just trying to coordinate all our time that we have to spend there and who's going to be there and what time they're going to be there. And then if caregivers phone and they can't make it, then we have to figure out a new plan and uh, see who can go over and look after my dad.
And what days do you look after him?
I usually go to my father's. I work full time, and then I go after work to my father's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and all day Saturday after my shift.
Okay. And how has this experience been like for you emotionally?
Sometimes it's very challenging because it's a lot. We know that he doesn't remember things, and sometimes he gets very confused. And he asks where my mom is, which she's been dead for 2 years. And sometimes he can't always remember our names and a lot of other different things he can't remember.
And has this experience affected you socially?
Yes, because I spend a lot of my time either working or at my dad's, so it gives me a limited time to um, go out with friends and different things like that.
Okay. And how has this experience been like interacting with the healthcare system, like the doctor or the hospital?
Um, Most times they're pretty good, but there's been a few times where things have slipped up or um, we've had like double bookings or something like that.
Okay. And what about while he's in hospital?
Well, he was in hospital for a short period of time because he ended up getting out of the house at nighttime. The doctors were okay, but they didn't take his clothes off to give him an overall inspection. And when I took his socks off, I noticed that his one foot was all bruised. And then I told the nurse, and then she went, after I told her, she went and got an x-ray of it, and he had fractured his foot. So that was kind of challenging there.
Mm-hmm. And how did it feel when you found out that he had fractured his foot and that you had found it?
Well, I was kind of upset because he had already been in the hospital for a day and nobody had even looked at it or noticed that he had a sore foot. They complained that he couldn't stand or walk properly. And I'm like, that's usually not my dad. He usually can stand and walk pretty good. So I was kind of wondering why he suddenly couldn't. And it was because he had a fracture and no one noticed it until I
Mm-hmm.
pointed it out.
And do you feel supported in your role as a caregiver?
Um, yeah, somewhat. Everybody's been pretty good. Uh, And like I said, I work with family members, which I'm lucky that I have a sister and brother that help out, and different times my kids have helped out. To if someone couldn't make it, then they go over and stay with them too.
And has this made a difference on the caregiver experience?
I think when you have to look after someone full time, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. Um, yeah, And because of his disease, it does get kind of hard and frustrating.
Absolutely. So, could you describe what compassionate care looks like to you?
Just to be understanding and make sure the person is safe and looked after and fed, and their medications have been given to them, and um, patience, I guess, which sometimes when you're there all the time, you get short of patience, but you try your best.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important. And what are your views on advocacy and dignity in relation to caregiving?
Just to make sure that they're, the person is kept up, that, they brush their teeth, they keep their hair combed, they look presentable, um, that, all their daily needs are being met. They're eating, they're feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. I think that just about wraps up the video there. Thank you for your time. So I think we'll end the video here.